Hey people, what's going on? Beast here, bringing you some PUBG gameplay today. This is a little bit of a longer video, but this is the best game that I've had so far. And so I just want to bring this to you guys. I seem to like the other one that I did, the 4K at ultra settings. So here I am, and I've been playing this game non-stop. Absolutely non-stop. Every single night this week I've played at least 3-4 hours probably. So playing it pretty much as I can. Obviously adult life requires that I do some other things outside of just play video games, but I wish it didn't have to be that way. But for now, it is. So, this is the Hacienda del Patron. This is on the new desert map. And this is probably the busiest area now that you can drop on here, at least that I found. Every time I've dropped here, and that was real close to that guy almost got this M16. Watch how close he comes to punch killing me, though, actually. Look, he had 3/4 of my health that he took away just by punching me. It sucks. So that was real close. Barely got away with my life on that one. Yeah, so this is the busiest area that I found yet. When me and my friend were playing on here, and he said this was the new school. So the school on the old map is the, and there goes that guy leaving. I was going to try and look for him, but that's a barred window over there, and it's a small one, so. So he said he read an article saying this was going to be the new school, and so we dropped here a few times, and we never saw anybody. Sorry about that bump on the desk. We never saw anybody. So we came here, we looted, and there was no one around. So I have basically been wanting to get better, and so because I've never played on the PC before, this is my first. I bought Fallout, and I played like I think 4 or 5 hours of that. But this is basically my first game on the PC. Never played on a PC before. Never used a mouse and a keyboard before. For like gaming type stuff, so this is all completely new to me. And initially, it was so hard I literally couldn't do anything. And so I went to the console version and played that because I have friends on the Xbox, and so we played some of that. Here comes my next kill here, and you'll see me here. I'm actually messing around with the leaning for the first time. Not right here, but there's a couple of dudes fighting in that room, and I don't want to be a part of that. So I'm just going to kind of wait it out. I can see kind of through the door, so I'm just kind of waiting for this guy to come out. And there he is. He just reloaded the shotgun. And so now I'm going to reload. And this is where you'll see me messing with the lean here. Yep, see like that. So actually leaning and then trying to move and strafe out at the same time is actually a little difficult because you have to use your same finger to like lean out while you're also holding the strafe out while you're also holding the lean key. So that was a little bit interesting. But this is like level 2 type stuff, and I thought I should have hit him right there. I don't know what that was right there, and then I'm like fake leaning, and I don't know what he does right here. I get lucky because he walks right out, and I don't really know what he was doing. So anyway, so at this point I didn't know how many people were still here. And so I was just kind of trying to hear real quick, and so I hid around the corner, popped the first aid kit, close to death, basically. So played the console version, played with a guy that I work with, and we ended up getting like a top 10 or something like that, but I really still didn't have much experience with the game. And it just felt more at home for me on there. But now that I've been playing on the PC, I have 80 hours now on this PC version, and it feels a lot more at home than the console version does, actually. So it was just something about sitting down and playing with that controller in my hand. I've been a console gamer for years. I've used basically, because the Xbox 360 controller is pretty similar to the Xbox One controller. Pretty much been on that controller for like 12 years, so definitely a lot more familiar with that. So it felt better. Again, man, sorry about that bump on the desk. This new chair with the arms is really tough to get used to. So, been a console gamer for like 12 years, and it just felt more at home, just being able to aim around and use the sticks and stuff. But now, after playing on the PC, it feels better on the PC. It's more intuitive for me, at least. Just, having the mouse to like look around and see where you're going. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm at about 80 hours, and so what I've been doing is, in order to train myself on the aiming, I might have said this in the previous video, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but to just drop into, like, a lot of people, this is a game where obviously you want to be the last man standing, and look, I found another military vest. I had a level 3 vest already, and then I found another one. I found all those bandages, keep finding AKMs, and right there I was contemplating whether or not to switch to the AKM. And ultimately, I'm glad I do, because I do end up finding a Car 98 down the road, the sniper, and so it's nice that I had some 7.62 already instead of having all 5.56. But so it's a very tactical game. Obviously, you want to be the last one standing. So the problem is it's very easy to get into a game and just hang out and just hide in buildings and just not hide necessarily in buildings, but it's real easy to just play it tactically and play it safe. Not go out and like rush into the action, so you can be one of the last ones standing and try to get into the top 10 and stuff. But for me, I was noticing a theme, and that was I could do that, but whenever I got into a gun battle and whenever I got into an engagement, like first or second one, I died, and I wasn't able to get any kills or anything. So for me, it was more like, man, I'm playing these games that are lasting like 20 minutes. Like this game here is 31 minutes. Now, I did make it. This is the best game, so I guess I should have said this first. So I made it to, I think I was number 4, and I ended up with 5 kills, I believe, which is the most games I've had, or most kills I've had in a single game on the PC. And I've also had 5 on the console once. So, I mean, 5 is the most I've ever had in a game. And like I said, number 4 I made it to. So it's basically, this is about as long as the game could possibly go. And look, another military vest. And right there, I was just looking at it thinking, like, really, seriously? All these military vests? Those are super rare to find. I mean, I would tell you, I will go, sometimes 4 or 5 games, sometimes 6 games without finding a single one of those. So to find that many in one little area is crazy. So at this point, I'm just looting. This is an area that, again, we understood to be the new school, which the school is the busiest area on the other map. And so we dropped here, and we never saw anybody. And now that I've been dropping here in solo, it's been, probably a week or so. Look at all these painkillers, too. See, here's the Car 98. So now that I've been dropping here, every time I drop here, there's like a dozen people, dude. So this was one of the earlier games. I played this one a couple of days ago. This was one of the earlier ones where there really wasn't as many people. I think, maybe only like 5 people dropped here, which is, pretty crazy, but still a pretty good amount. And it actually ends up being a finish like right around here. And so, yeah, so now that I know this is kind of semi-clear, I don't really hear any guys for a while. I did switch back to single fire on the M16. Burst is really just like a close range type of deal. And I accidentally traded my vest there for a level 1. So I'm going to put the 2x scope on the car. That's not ideal for the sniper. I mean, it's better than, a red dot or something, but I'd rather have a 4x. You can get the 8x. I'm not a huge fan of the 8x. It's a little restrictive in my opinion. I'd much rather have a 4. But, the 8's good too. But so I ended up only having a 2. And so this ends up being a game where I end up sitting here for a while. I was going to edit some of it out, but I realized, like, this is important as far as part of the game. Not actually important, interesting to watch necessarily, I guess, but important, in the grand scheme of, like, how the game actually plays, because it's it can be such a slow game at times. Like I said, you can spend so much time just going around looting every single area you want to. Like, you could, like, I looted most of that building. I didn't really loot it super thoroughly. I feel like I did pretty thoroughly, though, but I mean, like, all the painkillers and energy and ammo and stuff I got and all the weapons, like, and vest and helmet, I didn't feel like there was really any need to continue looting that. And that's a dangerous thing to do, because as those of you will know, even those of you that play games like Skyrim or Fallout also, you'll loot like 99% of a cave or a building or whatever, and it's always that last room that has the best thing in it. So there are times where you'll miss out on stuff. And so, of course, I could have missed out on like a level 3 helmet or whatever. But at this point, I've got a level 3 vest, which is as good as it gets. I've got a Car 98, which is, basically the weapon everybody wants. I've got an M16, which is my favorite weapon. I've got a red dot sight, and I've got plenty of ammo. And then I found a bunch of painkillers, a bunch of energy drinks. I think, 2 or 3 of each. And then I found a couple of first aids. So, and level 2 backpack, level 2 helmet. So, I mean, at this point, there's not a whole lot more you could hope for in a game. Maybe a 4x scope, maybe 2 of those, maybe an 8x scope. And then, obviously some things would be nice, like a suppressor on the M16. Ooh, excuse me, wow. A hiccup came out of nowhere. Maybe like a suppressor on the M16 or something like that, which would be awesome. But like I said, this was I just wanted to put it up in raw form, basically, because this is a full game. And, a lot of times it plays really slow. So I get my first 2 kills by the 3-minute mark, and then there's no more kills until the 13-minute mark. So there's basically 10 minutes in between kills, and that doesn't sound like a ton, but when you don't run into anybody and you're just running around looting like this, and right there I was just trying to check and see the plane, and then obviously I'm going to pull up the thing there and check on my zone, make sure, I have some stuff, and again, I'm looking for the drop, the care package. As you see the plane way off in the distance there, finally going over the horizon. I wanted to see where it went. So also, I didn't mention this, but I'm playing on high settings now. So I did the video obviously where I did 4K at all ultra, and that was it was not good for me as far as frame rate is concerned. And I just saw a gun there on that thing that I didn't notice when I was playing. Dang it. But anyway, this is all on high settings. So I play on 4K, all high settings now. And you can see my frame counter up in the top left. I'm pretty much right around 60. I'm actually not too concerned with going too much above that, because then I get screen tearing, which is really bad, because I only have they don't make yet, or maybe just within the last little bit, they don't really make 4K monitors with a higher refresh rate. And even if they did, there's no graphics card that can push that, I mean, I've got a 1080 Ti, which is basically the best you can get, and the only way to get better performance would be to get a second one, which is completely out of the question, and scaling doesn't really work that well, so it's not like you could get that many more frames out of it just by having a second one. So there's really no... Oh, okay, now I'm seeing the gun here. So there's really, this is, like I said, this is about as good as it gets, and I can only hit about 60 frames. If I wanted to lower the settings, I could get more, but, I'm not interested in that. I want to play at 4K, I want it to look nice, but anything... So basically, long story short, I'm shooting for 60. 45 is not that good with, with a game like this, a shooter game, or really any game for that matter. Now that I think about it, but also anything above that is not necessary for me, considering my monitor only refreshes 60 times in a second. So there's no point in having anything more than 60 frames per second. So anyway, all high settings. It pretty much rock solid at the very beginning when I get into the plane. A lot of times right when I start recording, just for literally a brief second, possibly 2 seconds, I drop down to like 30 or sometimes even 20 FPS just when I start the recording. But other than that, there's really no performance loss from the recordings. I haven't really noticed a difference in that. And for most of the stuff that I've watched back, it's really not dropping below 60, sometimes high 50s in rare scenarios, but it's usually right there. So now here comes my second kill. Now this was sick. So I was contemplating shooting him with that, and I was like, nah, dude, I picked up this car, like, I gotta use it. Woo-hoo-hoo! That echo from that sniper was ridiculous. So anyway, as you can see now, there's only 32 people alive, so we've already, we've gone 14 minutes, and we're already down to 32 people. And it's, it'll keep dropping. So, you'll see my character here has the black shirt. The black shirt has been a sore subject for me because my friend that I play with on the PC has the black shirt. And I know it's something so simple and trivial, but I hated... And I don't know what that was. See, this is actually my first time really using the sniper. So, I was actually expecting there to be bullet drop. And so... That's why I was shooting like that. And he was obviously like AFK or something. Or sometimes people get disconnected from the game, but their body still stays. And so that was just really dumb on my part. I mean, you saw it took me 3 shots. So like I said, this is the first time I've actually really used the sniper. I've picked it up, and I've shot with it a little bit, but I've never actually used it. So this is my first time doing it with that. But yeah, I mean, it's I've been enjoying this game so much. So the black shirt is like an only cosmetic item, and you can get it through the crates. You know, you earn points, which you can use to unlock the crates. And there's only, you know, as far as I understand, there's only cosmetic stuff in there. You know, there's glasses and coats and different, you know, different types of shirts, pants, shoes, and then you can get gloves too. And hats. There's like beanies and baseball hats and stuff. But, you know, I was never able to get anything that I wanted. And really the only thing I wanted was the black shirt. So I'd always die because I was playing early on. I'd kept dying. And I would go and be spectating my buddy, and he's got the black shirt, and it just made me mad because it looked super sharp. Like, it seemed like every time I was spectating him, he had a black I mean, obviously he has his black shirt on, but he always had like a level 3 backpack, and for some reason I just was like, man, this guy's an animal. He's got this level 3 backpack rolling around with the black shirt on. Like, I wish I could be that cool. And of course I'm running around with like a white t-shirt, and I'm always dying. So black shirt just has avoided me all this time. I've spent all the points I've earned on the console, probably like 5 to 6 crates worth. And they reset every week, so the more you buy, the more expensive they get exponentially. It's like the first one's 700. By the time you get to the one where I'm at now, on the PC, I'm at like, I think it's 6,200 or 7,200 or something like that. So it's a lot of points. That's probably a couple days worth of playing to earn that much. So I unlocked all the ones I could on the console, didn't get a black shirt, unlocked all the ones I could on the PC, and haven't got a shirt. Like I said, it's 80 hours on the PC and probably 30, I think it's 25 or 30 on the console, so over 100 hours of playtime, and all the crates I've bought, not a single shirt. My buddy on the console, different friend that I play with, got the shirt on like one of his first or second loot drops, which is pathetic. And so yeah, I actually just got it today, just like an hour before recording this. Opened up a crate, and I was actually about ready to quit the game because you know it's just getting really frustrating. And I was like, I'm gonna open up a crate. I'll play a couple more games. I should be able to get a crate, and then depending on. I was trying to figure out a way to engage him, and then he stops, and I was like, well, that's not good. So, yep, there he is over there. And he did see me. My aim is so bad. It took me so many shots to kill him. Again, got a heal. So yeah, so I was going to use that med kit or first aid kit, and I was like, nah, I'll use bandages. So yes, actually 3 painkillers, 3 energies. And, you know, 190 M16 rounds, 140 sniper rounds. I could never use 140 sniper rounds in a game. That's just unreal. So last loot drop that I did, I was just like, I'm just gonna earn it, and we'll see what happens. And it gave me the black shirt, so I'm super excited about that. Not that it really matters all that much, but look how sick that guy looks, though, right? He's got that level 3 vest. He's got those boots, those high top trainers, and the black. Oh man. So, you know, at this point, I just thought this was a pretty good vantage point. I mean, this is why I've been here for so long. It's a good vantage point because there's, you know, lots of open area here. And as I kept checking the circle, I kept being okay. And so, you know, it was one of those things. So actually, see here, I have an 8 times and a 4 times on that guy. And look at, I have so much stuff, I can't even carry it. So I have to drop these rounds. And I dropped those rounds because I knew I couldn't do that. Knew I would get over that. And see, I hesitated. I picked the 8 times scope, and I was like, nah, I don't want that. And I put it back and took the 4 times. And looking back at this, I should have taken the compensator. Maybe I do. Oh, yep. Dude, it's so funny, man. It's so funny to watch this back. Because, like, I haven't watched this back, but it's like, my thought process is exactly the same as it is when I'm playing the game, you know? Just like I just said a minute ago. I was like, yeah, I hate the 8 times. I'd rather have the 4 times. And I, like, go to take the 8 times, and I'm like, nah, I'm taking 4 times. It's funny to watch that back. So at this point, you know, here we are down to 22 alive. So we're down another few people. So basically top 20% at this point. I think I either used an energy or a pain pill or a painkiller. I think I used both to recover my health. So when you recover your health, it won't recover your health fully. So you have to recover it to, you know, whatever percentage it's going to be, which was like 75% or whatever. And then you got to use an energy or a painkiller to recover some of that health. If you use them both, you get a much bigger boost to that. So, the strategy of dropping in is just really crazy. Strategy of, like, dropping in. Oh, let's see, there's a guy over there. See, I made the wrong move. I should have just kept shooting, honestly. Because if you look, he just got down and he just started medding. He started using the med kit there. And I tried the grenade, but I was a little bit too late. And I'm not sure that went far enough either. Let's see. Oh, I went too far. Yeah, it freaked him out, though. Terrible shot, self. So anyway, the aiming is way off. And in my mind, the best way to rectify that is to just drop into the busiest areas you possibly can so that you see action right away. Because if you just loot for 20 minutes, I mean, as you guys see, this game's been 21 minutes so far, and I've only had a few interactions. I think I have 5 kills right now. I think I have 5 kills right now, so it's like, this game has been the best game that I've had as far as kills are concerned, and it's basically 1 kill every 4 minutes. So they can get really, it can get really slow and get really sort of like dragging. But the problem is that you could play this whole game and never run into a guy, and then you get to the top 10, and the first guy you run into, you die. And so I want to train myself as much as possible. So basically, what I'm going to have coming up soon is a video for you guys, which is going to be a death compilation. At this point, I have a ridiculous amount. I was like basically almost bragging to the guy that I play with that I have so many death videos that I'm going to put up, because what I'm doing is I'm just recording these, and it's basically me dropping in and dying within 3 minutes. So some games I get some kills, some games I don't get kills, some games I get 1 or 2, some games I get 3 or 4, and then I die. But basically what it's going to be is it's going to be a mashup of all these death cams. I don't want to include me jumping out of the plane. What I'll do is I'll do it from the moment my chute pulls, so that you can see, how to like do the landing strategy basically, and then depending on where I land or what I get. But it's going to be a compilation video of I don't even know how many deaths. I don't want to make it too long. But I probably have like 40 or 50 videos of me dying in less than 3 minutes. So that's going to be coming soon. And so what I'm doing is I'm just dropping to the absolute busiest areas and getting those high stress situations, trying to get my movements down, trying to get my looting down, and my quick maths and my reloads and all that stuff. Because, when you're in those high stress situations, that's when you're going to learn the most, is because you'll get more comfortable with those. And see, there's a guy there at distance. I guess I didn't see him here when I'm playing the game. Man. See, that just shows how hard it is. I mean, even at 4K, and you can see such good things. Now, actually, that guy that I had shot at earlier, I thought he moved around to my right, so I was really worried the whole time that he was coming through this building. And I thought I could hear him. The sound in this game is a little off as far as, like, directional sound. I mean, like, left to right is usually pretty good, but front to back is really off. So sometimes someone's, like, really near you, but sometimes they're in front or behind, and it could sound similar. So it's kind of limited in that sense. But I mean, this is why I'm sitting here at this truck, because I'm just peeking over, trying to think like, man, where's this guy at? Like, he's here somewhere. And see, now I'm just seeing another guy over there too on the road. Man, that's crazy. It's crazy what you can see when you're not playing, because you're focused on something else. Oh no, I guess I probably do see him when I'm playing, but he's so far off. Just every single game I drop at either this place or like the school, or just the busiest area I can find, and I'm just dropping in and just getting death after death after death after death. However, what I will say is I've improved drastically. Absolutely drastically. Like, just 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was not able to get any kills. And I would play 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 games that were 15, 20 minutes long, and I would get maybe 1 or 2 kills total over that whole span. So the fact that I'm able to get any kills at all now, the fact that I'm able to just drop in and get a kill every other game within 3 minutes, it's just, you think repetition. This game's 31 minutes, so I could have played potentially close to 10 games where I'm going to get kills in those games. And even if I get kills in half of them, that's still 5 kills. So that's basically as many kills as I get in this whole game, and this is the best game I've ever had. So it just makes more sense to drop into the busy areas, get into the action, get my aim down, and all that kind of stuff. And so there's this guy that I've been watching a little bit. His name is Shroud. And I actually didn't realize that he was a CSGO player. He was an incredible CSGO player. And so the things that he does on the game are ridiculous. He gets 30 kills in a game, which is just ludicrous. You know, you're talking about a third of all the kills in the whole game by one of 100 players. I mean, you're just talking about a ridiculous thing here. So, but what he said is, there's actually just a video he put up, and I kind of watch his stuff, I kind of don't, and he just put a video up called How to Get Better at Aiming with Shroud. And see, I'm not sure how much to lead in here. I'm not sure how much the bullet's going to drop either. And so I missed a shot, and I'm right back over here, because again, I was worried that that guy was coming from my right. I thought he was in that house somewhere. I thought I could hear him occasionally, but it's kind of hard to tell. So I don't really know, but... so his video was titled, How to Get Better at Aiming with Shroud, and... See, that guy got hit already by someone else, and then I couldn't finish him off. And then I thought he was going to run that way. He's doing a good job of zigzagging. And I hit the rock. I mean, it's just like, you know, choking at the highest level. And missed that one too. And then I had to reload, and I wasn't ready for it. I suck. And right there, I'm like, well, I got to go in the zone. The zone's going to kill me. At this point, the blue will pretty much wreck you. It would take half my health for sure. And look, there's a gun right there that I didn't see and didn't pick up. So at this point, I was like, okay, let's see. You know, maybe I'm in the circle here. No, I'm not. So I have to jump out the window, unfortunately. And it does take me. So see how much health that's taken away? I mean, if you're out there for a couple seconds, you're done. So there's only 8 of us here. I'm looking around. But Shroud said, best way to do your aiming, he's like, just drop, you know, one of the cities is called Pochinki, and it's basically near the school. He's like, just drop Pochinki every time, and just, you know, get in the action, just get in the thick of it. And I was literally grinning while I was watching it, thinking, like, you know, that's funny, because all the people that I play with have been giving me crap for that, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to drop to those areas. They want to drop in and loot for 38 minutes, and then... So as you see there, I have a med kit at the top. That's a full health recovery. Those are super rare. And I'm using a painkiller and an energy right now just to recover my health that I lost from the zone. So as you see, my health will start to regenerate here. I'll see those big chunks. So, again, I had to move on the circle. I didn't want to wait too long and push on that, because this circle here will surely kill me. I hit him there, but didn't kill him. And I wanted to do it here, but I was like, I don't think I have time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. So it was just funny for me to smile and laugh, thinking like, man, he is probably the best player out there at PUBG, and he's, you know, saying this is how you should learn, and that's funny because that's basically what I've been doing the whole time. And I can't even explain to you how drastic the improvement was, to be able to get as much practice as I've been getting, and to get this. I mean, this was now that I've recorded this whole voiceover, it seems like a short game. And it's relatively short when you're playing or whatever, but, you know, to look at that video and see 30 minutes, I was like, man, I don't even know. That's a long video. I should edit some of that out. But again, you know, just want to basically document. This is the best match I've had. So here I'm just waiting it out as long as possible, because I couldn't see where any guys were, and I didn't want to run into any issues. I knew there was a guy up on that ridge because I shot him earlier. And so I'm hiding here, and now as you hear, there's these fat sniper shots coming from the right. And those are big shots with a big gun. So that was definitely concerning me. That guy missed with a grenade. I'm okay on there. So there's only 3 other dudes and me. And now I see that guy up there right now. I really wanted to try the leaning stuff, but it's really hard, actually, to try to lean. See, I'm trying to do it right there. It's really hard to lean. It's like, you know, I mean, I'm still getting used to the PC, so I had to back up a little bit. Then I was trying to lean, and then I was getting shot from that side. So I don't really know where that guy was. I do end up seeing him. So that there's that tree just to my right there. Yeah, he's ended up laying in the grip. So I hit him. Tried again. Couldn't get him. And guys, I choked it. I choked it right here at the end. I got this far. and I ended up basically choking it. At this point, I was worried about my health, and so I just was like, dude, I gotta do it. Use the med kit, which gives me 100% health. I mean, if you're not going to use it now when there's only 3 people alive and you're right in the center of the circle, I mean, I don't know when you're going to use it. So, and I just decided to use those two just in case something was going down. But in the process, I probably lost sight of where these guys were, and he had pushed to my right, and I couldn't see him. But yeah, so I mean, guys, I appreciate you checking this out. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to keep bringing you more content like this. Like I said, be on the lookout for that. I had to push in the new zone. Be on the lookout for the, and I was getting attacked from both sides here, sandwiched from both sides. So, I'm going to be doing that death compilation video so you guys can see that. And see how bad my aim is. Terrible aim, and I ended up dying. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching this. Thanks for the support recently. I'm about to hit 300 subscribers, which is crazy. That's 5 times what I had earlier in the year, which is ridiculous. So I appreciate all your guys' support, and appreciate you bearing with me through this time where I've basically not been uploading very much. Just sort of been kind of refining, what I want to do here with this whole YouTube thing. So I appreciate you guys checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it, and check back soon for another video. Check back for the most epic death compilation and sucking compilation you've ever seen. So appreciate it, guys. Catch you later.